Hey, I'm Kimberly.
I'm Reed.
And I'm Neil.
We are the Band Perry, and you're watching Billboard.
What's up, guys? This is Jason with Billboard.com, and we are here with the band Perry at the iHeartRadio Music Festival 2013. How's it going, guys?
Doing great.
Fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I was just saying off camera, you guys are in the middle of an incredible year, a groundbreaking year. You were on our cover a little while ago, which is great. And what's been the most interesting thing about 2013 to you guys?
It's a great question.
It is. I feel like a lot of stuff had happened all the way from the cover of the Billboard magazine up to now, whenever we're actually starting to plan our very first headlining tour. There have been a lot of milestones along the way in this year, but it's been a great one so far.
Yeah, it's called the We Are Pioneers World Tour, of course, named after our record Pioneer. And, I think it's just been a really fun year because we certainly had sophomore jitters in January before we came out in April. And now the record's done really, really well. The fans have gotten it, and it's just been a really rewarding 12 months.
Absolutely.
Well, how do you guys feel about, or how do you feel about these songs latching on with the fans? Because they've been out there a few months, but you have a song like "If I Die Young" from the first album that just everyone knows, and it's so hard, like you said, sophomore jitters to kind of follow it up. Do you guys feel like this has been a successful run?
Absolutely. We I remember when we played one of the songs off Pioneer for the first time. It was on the CMA Awards a couple years back, and after that performance of playing Better Dig 2, our first single off Pioneer, after that, and the response it got, and the way people just threw their fists up into the air, I think that was when we really felt comfortable playing some of the new songs, because we were like, people seem to like kind of the new change of musical sound for us, and so after that it was really comforting for the three of us.
Well, and for us, we just really got to embrace more of our roots. On the first record, we've always been country lovers. I mean, our mother raised us on Loretta Lynn and Johnny Cash, but our dad raised us on the Rolling Stones and Queen, etc. So, we just got to embrace more of those rock and roll roots, and sure makes the live shows fun. We're having a blast.
Well, having a super producer on board as well doesn't hurt.
Absolutely.
That's so cool. I mean, you mentioned Better Dig 2. You guys are on the third single now for the album, and it's like the hits keep kind of coming.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, Done just went #1 a couple weeks ago. Reed and Neil's first right to go to #1 as a proud big sister. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And now we're on to Don't Let Me Be Lonely, which, brings in more of the vulnerable side of Pioneer, and we're just really, really excited to sort of get to that back half of the album, the other half of what we do, other than the of Done.
Well, you mentioned, Done, like, in terms of having that accomplishment of the writing, how important is that to you guys to say, I mean, you guys have had a ton of success, but just see that co-writing credit, guys, what does that mean to you?
Well, for Nashville, the #1, cash crop, if you will, out of there are the songwriters and the songs, and for the three of us to be a part of that community, it's not only a celebration of Done, the single, but the actual Nashville songwriters themselves.
Well, and there's no greater thing than really knowing that, the songs that we've written about, specific situations, the fans have made them their soundtracks for their specific life situations, and it's the coolest thing to hear fan stories about what they've used all these songs for. And sometimes the stories come from left field. It's like, how did this song help you walk through that? And it's just so cool that they take it and make it their own.
Well, you guys have been busy touring for a lot of this year, and as you mentioned, starting to plan the first headlining tour. How is that process going? Just in terms of the stage you're in now.
Sure.
Well, it's really exciting for the three of us to start planning our We Are Pioneers World Tour. We're kind of starting out at the stage production. Are we going to have big risers, a lot of stairs? One thing that we are working towards, I don't know if it's going to happen, is pyrotechnics. That's one thing that the three of us love. We're kind of spitfires, and we feel like
the reason we don't know it's going to happen is because
we're trying to get our mother to get her pyro license, but she's resisting us.
Okay, you have to break this down for me. So where does your mother fit in with a pyro license about?
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so there's three of us, and there's like 100 jobs around what the band Perry does. So our mother is already our stylist. She also plays referee from time to time when need be.
A lot.
So we told her if she didn't really want to get her pyrotechnic license, she probably should have had about half a dozen more kids, and then they could have worn some of these hats.
So really, she's bringing it on herself. It's not us. It's all her.
Our logic was, she's the only person we trust to blow stuff up on stage while we're on it.
Yeah.
I remember when my mom didn't get her pyro license, and I was so
Did it bum you out?
Devastating, right?
You don't want to do that.
I don't want to even talk about it. I'm getting emotional. No, that's so cool that she's so involved like that. And the last question I wanted to ask is that you guys are so busy. Do you guys are you the kind of band that finds time, that makes time to already write new material when you're on the road and planning to be on the road?
Well, right now, we try to be multitaskers. Even though we're out on tour, we'll spend a lot of the afternoons just sort of sitting around in the bus and talking about life and brand new song ideas. But I think there will definitely be a chunk of time that we carve out of next year to really buckle down and get the third record done.
Awesome. So 2014, kind of the writing.
Writing mode,
fingers crossed,
recording.
yes.
Yeah.
We say that every year, and
Yeah.
then we tour right through it.
Well,
We love to be on the
it
road.
happened this with Pioneers, right?
It did. I feel like that we have to make life happen on the run, if you will. So we
Yeah.
bring friends out, songwriters out, and you almost have to live life and kind of let that cup fill up, and then you can write about it. So.
Well, we work well under pressure, and sometimes when we really feel that pressure, that's when the songs just push themselves out of us.
At
So
least
Right.
that's our excuse for waiting till the 11th hour.
doesn't always work that way.
Procrastination is not the worst thing in the world. Well, cool. The Band Perry, thank you guys so much
Thank you.
for stopping by, and